Hello and welcome to this online class necessitated by the coronavirus pandemic and causing the schools and colleges to go on lockdown. Today I am going to take up a poem, O Captain, My Captain by Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman was born in 1819 and died in 1892. He was the father figure of the 19th century American poets. When the other poets of his time in America, like Longfellow, were writing poems in distinct British style with regular meter, rhyme, and elevated diction, Whitman developed a distinct American style, mostly in free verse, free from those distinctive meters, rhymes, and limitations of elevated diction. Thus, he is credited to have created a distinct American form and style in the realm of poetry. His contribution to the American literature is so vast that a critic like M.S.W. Costello says, and I quote, "You cannot really understand America without understanding Walt Whitman." Ezra Pound goes even far ahead and calls Whitman, quote, "America's poet. He is America," unquote. In fact, he was great poet philosopher of the US. He was the poet of the people, a humanitarian. He was a poet in the tradition of Homer, Virgil, Dante, and Shakespeare. He did not get much of acclaim during his lifetime, but recognition came to him long after his death. And the most celebrated work by this poet is The Leaves of Grass, an anthology that he reproduced and republished many times during his lifetime. And as he was born in 1819 and died in 1892, the Civil War of America was the greatest incident of his lifetime. And during that Civil War, we all know, Abraham Lincoln was the President of the United States of America. The America was divided on the issue of slavery, and the states of America were at war in two groups, one favoring the continuation of slavery and the other favoring the end of it. The one was the Unionist who supported Abraham Lincoln, and the states who were in support of Abraham Lincoln and who wanted to end slavery. Lincoln was successful in keeping America united, and Lincoln was successful in keeping the value of America intact by doing away with the practice of slavery. But he had to pay for this. He had to pay the price for this. He paid with his life. And he was assassinated in 1865. And on this incidence of the assassination of the President of the United States of America in 1865, this poem was written by Walt Whitman. So it is clear who is the captain. Oh captain, my captain. The captain of the poet is no one else but Abraham Lincoln. And the ship is no other thing but the United States of America. Thus, this poem, O Captain, My Captain, is an extended metaphor. Let us read the poem first. O Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every wrack, the prize we sought is won. The port is near, the bells I hear, the people all exulting. While follow eyes the exulting keel, the vessel grim and daring. But O heart, 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 O the bleeding drops of red, where on the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. O Captain, my Captain, rise up and hear the bells. Rise up, for you the flag is flung, for you the bugle trills, for you bouquet and ribbon wreaths, for you the shores are crowding, for you they call the swaying mass, their eager faces turning. Here, Captain, dear father, this arm beneath your head, it is some dream that on the deck you have fallen cold and dead. My captain does not answer. His lips are pale and still. My father does not feel my arm. He has no pulse nor will. The ship is anchored safe and sound, its voice closed and done. From fearful trip the victor ship comes in with object won. Exult, O shores, and ring, O bells, but I, with mournful tread, walk the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. This poem is divided into 3 stanzas, and the poet starts looking at the ship from a distance, as if he is waiting for the arrival of the ship. He looks at the ship from a distance and says that the ship has weathered every disturbances and the people have won the prizes they wanted to win and they have neared the destination. They are happy. The bells are ringing. The people are joyous. And suddenly they look at the ship. They find that the vessel is grim and daring. It is serious. So the message of the death of the captain of the ship of America has come unto them. So their heart is full of sorrow and they are reminded of the drops of blood that have been bled from the veins of the people of America, from the body of the king, the president of America, and the president of America is lying dead. He is cold and he has fallen on the ship. And now the poet travels nearer and says that the captain is not responding to all the exultations, not responding to all the welcome, and the poet exhorts the captain to stand up, to rise. He is telling that the flag is flung and the people are trilling the bugles. There are a lot of people on the shore. They have bouquet and wreaths of flower in their hands. There is a lot of crowd at the shore. They are calling for the captain of the ship. The mast is swaying. The undulating mass of people there at the shore, their faces turning towards the ship, but they are all disappointed. The captain, who is like the father figure of the country, is not responding. The poet gives his arm beneath the head of the dead captain, but there is no response from the captain. In this third and final stanza, the poet says that the captain does not answer his call, and he tells us that his lips are pale and he is motionless, and he does not feel his touch, he does not find any pulse or any will, any desire left for the captain. Here in these two lines, we are reminded of the famous poem by William Wordsworth, "A Slumber Did My Spirit Seal," where the poet talks about Lucy and says about the death of Lucy that she cannot feel the touch of earthly ears. She has no motion, no force. Likewise, here he says, he does not feel my arm, he has no pulse, he has no will, but the ship is anchored safe. The America has landed safely and sound and solid. The journey is complete, it has come successfully to its destination. But he is mournful that the captain has laid his life down for the success of the nation. And he is walking on the deck where his captain is lying dead. He is full of sorrow. And this is an elegy, and then in this elegy he has celebrated the sacrifice of Abraham Lincoln for the people of America and for the unity of America. This poem was so famous during his lifetime that the poet was almost identified with this poem, and he was very upset, and in a later response to this obsession of the people to identify the poet with this poem, the poet was forced once to remark, "Damn my captain." Thank you.